Hello everyone, and welcome to Veil of Sanity. It's a veil? Veil?
Veal.
Totally veal. Go with
Veil.
it,
Okay,
Ross.
I got it right the first time. Veil of Sanity, episode 6, 5? I don't know, I'm so well prepared this time. Wow.
Six.
Six, I
Oh
believe.
yeah, episode 6. Okay, I thought so. Part 1, joined with the usual crew. I'm joined with Biff,
Hello.
Johan,
That's me.
Alex,
Yo.
Philip,
Hello.
myself, and Scott.
Hello.
And we're just going to get right back. That's definitely true, Biff. Potentially go up by the 1,000%. So it's like triple. And I think Johan's going to do the recap this time.
Yeah, I've got it all written down. It's 42 pages with sources, so and thank you note of 3 pages.
But with
Okay.
one citation. the
Can
episode.
somebody
What's
Yeah.
your
put
cover
on
page?
the sound of like a fireplace while Johan reads out his synopsis of last episode?
Okay, so the party had a very intense staring session with the Abyss, or the dog that had the Abyss on his head, and especially Ionesses saw more than others, looking very deep into the history of the warp. The demon dog seemed to be quite the spectacular psyker, being a conduit of the warp. And yeah, I think Ionese. Ionese.
Did you just call her Eloise?
No, maybe. Ionese was scarred enough not to continue with the staring session after she went insane a little. And then Marius, Claudette, and Cornelius communicated with the space dog and went on a warp journey with him. And meanwhile, Ross and me, or Haita and Ionese, spent time together in the cockpit and freaked out because apparently on the ship the astropath seemed to have gone insane finally. And meanwhile, back on the world, Cornelius had witnessed a short and brutal history of a forge world, and gained a little bit of insanity. While Claudette just had a fantastic time, and all was great. Oh, you gained corruption? Oh, yeah.
I got corruption as well as insanity.
Yeah, but still, you had a way better time than. Although I think you saw your people getting enslaved, but
Yeah, no big deal.
Later.
Seen that before. Didn't hit me as, that's,
anyway, you three arrived in an oval office filled with runes and weird murals and chaos gods and all that good jazz. And Marius decided to ally with the space dog as the only hope to free the Jericho Reach from the gods of chaos. Meanwhile, back on the ship, Haita and Ionesi decided to get moving and see what the mad astropath on the ship was up to. And we arrived just in time to witness a warp gate being constructed by the astropath. It seemed like chaos had gripped the world, so Ionesi was heavily wounded from a glimpse at the warp gate and grabbed TomTom to battle the gate. Meanwhile, down on the planet again, because it was a very back and forth session, the 3 guys decided to step into a past battle of the dogs to fight one of the wars with them. And witnessing their struggle and a possible future foe, back on the ship, Ionesi managed to cut the gate and kill the incoming warriors, so the fight for the people down there got a lot easier. And she even managed to cut off and evade the Psykers. But when she saw, I think when she cut them off, she got a glimpse of a dark system and people waiting for her arrival. Like people like her. What's your class again?
Navigator.
Yeah, navigators like you. And down the planet, the guys finished their fight. Marius took a glimpse into the future, which seems to be grim and confusing, like everything in Warhammer 40k. And they said bye to the dog and got back to me on the shuttle.
Yay! Round of applause. I would clap, but I have to push to talk, so I'm just gonna push.
The one-handed clap, what's it sound like?
I can't do it. Can you hear it? I'm trying real hard.
Oh god!
It's not working!
Sounds like something else.
Go ahead and take 100 XP.
Oh.
And another 50 XP for reclassifying the Grim Dark as the Grim and Confusing. Sounds like a soap opera.
We can make this into a sitcom. I'm sure of it.
In the grim and confusing darkness of the universe, there's only law.
Dun dun. All right, what do you guys? So, if you're a little hazy on what's going on, INSE, you had passed out and you are waking back up. Haida, you're on the ship. You fled from INSE, who looked like she was going to open her warp eye. And then you went back down to the planet, if I remember correctly, to search for the landing party, essentially.
Yeah.
Right. And did we leave off with you guys being deposited back on the shuttle?
Yeah, basically, I think they
Yes.
got teleported back into the flying shuttle.
Right.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, so you guys are in the shuttle except for INSE, right?
Yes.
All right. INSE, what are you doing?
Well, if I've woke up, I'm still at 0 HP, right?
Yes.
And how long has it been? Has it been since I got that insanity debuff?
You passed out for about 10 minutes.
Oh, okay, so it's not that long. Can you use Medicaid on yourself?
You can.
I'd like to.
Didn't I ask for people to be sent into your direction because I noticed you being passed out?
I remember you saying that.
Or am I making this up?
Just write it in the recap. It will make it a reality.
I don't remember that, but if you wanted to have done that, we can retcon that. That's no problem.
Yeah. I think I voxed Jack.
Okay. Yeah, INSC, you wake up to you're like on a stretcher, you're being put on a stretcher, you're being jostled around, and a group of people are picking you up and hauling you to what you presume to be the med bay.
Stop. I can handle this myself. I'm pretty sure I'm a better medic than the medic we have as well, right? Because they used the crew skill. So I'm gonna have to look up what the actual medic rules is. You gain D5 wounds, right? You roll the skill and gain wounds, right?
Per degree of success, I believe.
You gain your intelligence bonus and health back, +1 for every degree of success.
And your intelligence bonus that be affected by a natural intelligence, right?
Of course.
Okay, so if I get 5 degrees of success, then I can go to full. I have something that helps me. I've got a.
Do you have unnatural intelligence?
Yeah, remember it's from my cognition implants, or whatever they're called.
Ah, okay.
I have a psychic kit on me that gets me a +20 to Medicaid. Physics.
And
I
you
think
take
it's
a -10 for working on yourself.
Okay. I don't think I have any other things, so just +10.
Now, there are negatives for how wounded you are.
Oh, okay. Oops, shouldn't have rolled yet.
So you're heavily wounded, so you're going to be taking a -20 on top of that -10 for working on yourself.
Okay.
You do get a +10 for having the medical team there to assist you.
So overall.
So -20 overall is what I'm levying on you.
Yeah, so it'd be 2 degrees of success rather than what I had there.
Okay.
So I would gain 2 degrees of success, so 2 wounds, and then my intelligence modifier's bonus is 10, right? 5 from my intelligence, and then times by 2 because I've got a natural intelligence.
That's correct.
Okay.
Man, I wish I had that.
You
I should
probably get it.
I should be a medic for you guys. So I'm back at My max is 11. I don't think you can go over your max, right?
No, you cannot.
Okay. So I'm like, don't worry about me, guys. Or, thank you for your help. Where are the navigators? Not the navigators. Where are the astropaths? Whoever that.
My lady, the Lord Octavius is rallied them into the astropathic choir. He's keeping them held there on lockdown.
Okay, I'm gonna head there. Thank you. Whoever you are.
Okay. So you're gonna head there. All right. Moving back to the shuttle crew. What are you guys doing?
I am.
I'm probably super confused that suddenly people appeared in the mid-flight on the ship. And do I notice them?
I don't know. You're in the cockpit. They're in the passenger quarters. So probably not.
Yeah, so I'm probably still voxing with a coarse voice like, Captain, this is Haita. Are you somewhere? Please answer, Captain. This is Haita, and so on.
Hayato, we're in the hold. I'm making my way to the cockpit now. And I kind of turn to Cornelius and Claudette.
Cornelius is over my shoulder, unconscious, I believe.
Oh, yes, I turn to Claudette and say, strap him in to one of those seats and take a position yourself. This is going to be a fast ride. And then make my way to the cockpit and tell Hayat to floor it and get back to the ship as quickly as possible.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I probably.
Claudette. Oh, sorry. Claudette puts him down, straps him in, sits down herself, straps herself in, and then she just repeats in her mind the name of her tormentor that she got revealed to her, and I guess somebody on her bucket list. So yeah, that's what she does.
Okay.
Probably once you walk into the cockpit, I have a gun pointed at the door, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, it's actually you." And I put the gun away, and yeah, then I fly the guys to the ship.
All right. It probably takes you less time to fly to the ship than it does for INSE to fully heal herself. So you're probably pulling into the ship about the same time that she's getting off of the stretcher.
I comms to Jack and Octavius for a status report. What's been going on in my ship while I've been gone?
My lord, Captain, we've got a serious problem here. The astropaths the astropath Primaris has gone crazy, and his astropathic choir with him. Lord Octavius is seen to the distribution of forces, and well, he's quelled most of it, but the astropathic choir has been locked down within their choir chambers. Be careful on the ship. They've been sending out random messages uncoded directly into people's minds. It's driven some of our people crazy, and there have been small accidents to go along with that. We've been trying to rustle up enough men to see to all the disputes and get them to the medical quarters and get them in isolation, but they're spread all over the ship.
It seems like you're doing the right thing and getting everything controlled. Octavius, I'm on my way to you, to the astropathic choir, to try and put this to bed. See that your troops deal with the rest of the ship.
Aye, Captain.
And I call a medic over to help Cornelius and get him back on his feet.
They there is in fact a medical team in the bay, and they head on over towards you. They whip out some smelling salts, and they get Cornelius woken up.
Wonderful. Doing for his wounds. Hyatt, have you told me, while we're flying back to the ship, have you told me anything about what happened to the INSE?
Yeah, I'll probably give you a quick rundown of, hey, the people went insane, Nessie opened her eye, it was all really weird, and I think the most of the danger should be gone by now, but I don't think I got out of character now. I don't think I actually got updated with the situation. I just noticed INSE going down, and I'm probably still worried about the situation.
In fact, you never got out of the shuttle, and INSE passed out, and then you left.
I got out with her, and then she told me she would open her eye, and I bolted back in.
Oh, you saw that her eye was starting to twitch, and you felt it was going to open, but she didn't actually speak with you during that time.
Ah, okay.
I voxed to INSE. INSE, where are you? Status report.
Lord Captain, I'm glad to have you back. We were worried deeply about you. I'm on the way to deal with astropath problem. I don't know how long you've been back, but they have been unleashing psychic energies on the ship.
Jack updated me. I'm going to meet with Octavius now to calm them and get things back to how they should be.
Yes, we can deal with these abominations together, once and for all.
I don't like your tone, INSE. Once and for all is very final, and we need the astropath to be able to handle our communications.
Final is the treatment that is deserved of people who unleash psychic energies on the crew. And imagine if they did this in the warp. We'd all be dead.
Many could say the same things about you, INSE, but they're as important as you are on the ship.
That's not how my power works.
Well, you're both psychics in my eye.
Lord Captain, do not compare me with these abominations. One of us calls to chaos, the other does not.
Your opinion aside, if you are given an order, you will follow it. This is not a time for letting our personal opinions get in the way for the good of the ship.
Exactly. I definitely agree, Lord Captain. I'm still walking towards there, by the way.
Yeah, so you
this
were
entire
getting
conversation.
Yeah, you were getting off the stretcher when we docked and started getting out of the ship. So we're heading the same way.
Good, I have to check if you've been corrupted as well. Can do all at the same time.
Okay, so you're both heading towards the astropathic choir?
I follow Marius every step, so if he goes there, I'm with him.
All right. Cornelius, what do you want to be doing?
I'll say I'm kind of cradling myself a little bit as we travel. Very withdrawn at the moment. Mainly because of the debuff that I've still got. So I'm kind of in my own head muttering under my breath. Don't really catch much of what I'm saying though, unless I'm actually spoken to directly. I just kind of tag along.
Okay.
Yeah, I would probably still follow the guys as well, just idly walking behind them because I don't know if I'm still needed.
All right. Everybody go ahead and make me a opposed willpower check.
Opposed to what?
You're opposing a psychic power, so if you have any abilities that help you in an opposed
but
psychic
it's
power.
no fear, no pinning, right?
And no.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot, by the way, last session I have resistance to psychic techniques, and that's quite important to forget. But I did, so that was really dumb of me.
Any modifiers?
If you don't have any, then no.
Okay.
I will fate point that.
Yeah, I
I'm
as well.
also going to pay point that.
Oh. Cornelius, are you?
Yes.
Everyone fate pointed it low.
I did.
Jesus.
I rolled a good roll at the first roll of the session for once.
Oh my god, I rolled a
I rolled
90.
95.
I rolled a 98.
Critical fail.
Wait, 98 is crit fail, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
I actually happened to have plus 98. Yeah, I'm gonna fate that. I don't want to be fucking wrecked.
First roll in session, everyone fates.
Apart from Philip, there we go.
Marius, you're not re-rolling?
I did reroll. Oh no, I haven't.
I don't see
What?
one. Okay.
Good to hear. Yeah, I'm
At 1
affected.
point better.
Improved slightly.
By one.
Oh no!
So-
I don't have to use a fate point. I'll automatically get a chance to reroll with a strong-minded. So I didn't use a fate point there.
I'll allow it this time.
Thank you. You're so generous.
Okay, so you all are besieged by images that try to flood into your mind and consciousness. Emotions are attached with them, but most of you repel them. All of you except for one. Marius, a burning, fear-filled image of a place in the warp is searing into your mind. You just see roiling clouds of empirical power and twisted forms being held in a sort of a time stasis, like a rictus of never-ending death around this red beacon of light shaped in the form of an eye. A huge, malign red eye. It looks at you and sears away at your soul. Go ahead and make a toughness test. Add a -10.
Oh, thank goodness.
Very good.
You rolled a 7.
You're going to take 6 points of damage with no other effects.
As in wound damage.
This was, you can soak this with your toughness, but not your armor.
Okay. Cool. I have done that.
As quickly as the image came on, it flees from your mind, leaving a branded impression of it, but nothing else.
When the kind of image comes over me, I kind of, for me it would be an instant, so I kind of just grit my teeth and shrug it off.
Okay. As you guys near the astropathic choirs, you see men lining the hallways. Some of them just seem to have been laid down, like they're resting. You can in fact see signs of life within them. Others seem to be clawing at their face, blood pouring from their eyes and ears and nose. Others just curled into a fetal position. A party of men dragged 2 more from a branching hallway and deposit them nearby this cluster of individuals. The men that they're dragging also seem to be clawing at themselves, trying to rip their eyes out. Their hands are restrained, but some damage has already been done. You hear a tussle in the hallway up ahead, a report of las gun fire, and then silence.
And start running quickly.
Yep.
Yeah, I pick up the pace as well.
I take the front.
I take out my weapon.
Okay.
I have
I'll-
my rifle in hand, obviously.
I'll follow the crew in second place. Weapon drawn.
All right.
I kind of dither about, not really paying attention still.
Okay, so you round the corner, and ahead of you in the hallway, and not a truncated hallway, is Octavius and a party of men. One man lays at his feet, a smoking crater in his head. Octavius has a las pistol in his hand. Still, you can still see the burning embers of the focusing crystal, having just recently discharged. The door before them is being worked on by another crew with a las cutter and another man who seems to be placing charges around the door.
Would that be the Astropath's quarter?
That's the you all would know this to be the Astropathic Choir. The Astropath Primaris' quarters is in a door off to your right that is open. You haven't come abreast of it yet, but a washing out of it is like a tide of blood.
Do we see each other?
How much is a tide?
About ankle deep. It's just kind of sloshing out of it, kind of like a
so
bowl overfilled.
Like
So
we're
more than
talking
one
shining elevators. Talking
I'm
that
sorry?
much blood or less? Like in the shining with the elevators. We're talking that much blood?
Well, I mean, it's
I
ankle
don't
deep,
know.
right? So it would be rather like gushing from somewhere in the floor and not stopping, I guess.
So, like, imagine the doors have a lip, because they're all pressure doors in case something is vented to the void. All the doors can be closed and sealed. So imagine all the doors have like a small lip at the bottom that you have to step over when you go through them. That lip has blood sort of spilling over it, like a bowl that's still receiving liquid and it's overflowing with it. It's splashed all throughout this hallway here, and it's going into the draining recesses that are created for purposes of spills that happen, but it's still around.
Uh,
I get a little bit sick.
I get a little bit hungry.
Not that crazy. No, not that crazy.
Do we see each other?
Do you see each other?
I mean, like I and Essie was traveling there separately from that group.
Yeah, you probably arrived just a little bit before them.
I would go straight into the Primaris room.
Okay. Octavius does not notice you. He seems focused on what's going on at the Astropathic Choir, and you duck into the Astropath Primaris' room. Go ahead and make a willpower check.
Yeah, is this just a flat willpower?
No, this one is going to be at a -20.
Is it against psychic techniques?
No, it is against fear, though.
Anything for fear. There you go.
All right. You step in, and the blood is a little deeper here, and the source is coming from the corner. There seems to be signs of a battle here. You can see the pockmarks of bolter fire. You can see the sort of melted dribbles from intense las fire. And you can see marks from something else. They look like claw marks. in the corner is just like a red pulpy mass, and it's sort of clinging to the wall all the way up to the ceiling and from the floor, and it's just bleeding and bleeding and bleeding, a waterfall of blood, so much that you can't imagine that it can contain all of it, especially with the amount already on the floor. The entire room is basically covered in this blood as it's just kind of spraying out of it.
Well,
Go ahead and roll me a 1d5, please. Take that amount in corruption.
That's how many diseases you just contracted.
okay,
Yeah,
that's
hope
me
everybody
hit
has their,
20 corruption.
rubber gloves on.
What?
It seems to be contracting, getting smaller, but it's a slow process.
I hit 20 corruption, by the way, if that does anything.
Yeah, you're going to need to make a malignancy test.
Can I use Science to determine whether there's still psychic, if there's still a connection to the warp from this, or if it's like... It's
You can use
finished?
Science if you would like.
Malignancy test.
I'm looking up the malignancy test for you. I didn't have my
If the
rulebook.
test is failed, the characters... For every 10 corruption boys must test willpower to see this roll is modified depending on the number of CP he already possesses.
There's no modifier at 20. You
No
get your first
modifier at
modifier at
20.
30.
So just a flat willpower roll.
Okay.
Okay. Here you go.
Very good. Your Science explodes with information. Behind this pulpy mass that you can tell is a demon returning to its own realm is a small, tiny rift in the warp. It's being sucked back into its own realm, not having the power to stay here after the demise of its host body.
It adds, so it's closing though, right?
It's slowly returning. It's fighting against it, but it's losing.
Okay, I'm gonna start blasting it too then. If it's fighting, to encourage it to get off the fucking ship. Fucking. So I'll use my special, the Warp Unbound.
Okay. Pause for a moment.
Okay.
The rest of you, minus Cornelius, you arrive in the hallway. You see what I described before. You'd seen INSE turn moments before. You may have seen a flash of her cloak as she passes into the Primaris chamber.
Given that I was first, running in front, I'm pretty sure I would have seen that, given that Claudette is also very perceptive. And yeah, I immediately notify Marius. And also, as soon as I get around the corner, I see Octavius there, being the one who fired the gun, I'm getting in a not as agitated stance and calm down basically.
Okay.
Yeah, I look at the captain and I think I would actually raise my gun towards Octavius, but I'm not sure. Like, I don't know what happened here. Maybe Octavius is the aggressor, who's the demon, or someone else. Yes,
There is like a whole team with him, and they're operating on the door. So I mean,
yeah, but I know that if the commander is corrupted or something, the team would still follow him, but he would be corrupted.
Make what actions you will. So you train your gun on Octavius.
Yeah, I still have the finger off the trigger, but it's... Yeah, I point in his general direction.
I Upon seeing what's going on, I first of all thought I had to lower a weapon.
I do so.
And then Octavius, status report. What's been going on here?
He turns around. His face is pinched and pale. His eyes wild. Captain. Sorry, sir. It's not good. He seems flustered, unsure of what to say. He sees that you all... Are you guys heading down the hallway towards him?
Yes.
He sees that you're heading down the hallway. And he holds up a hand to stop you. Captain, come no closer. When you pass the room, do not look in it. In fact, if you can somehow close the door, we would be appreciative, but we couldn't get it closed. It seems to be held open.
So when we hear that, I lean over and whisper to Marius. Marius, I saw Ionessi walk into the room.
I vox Ionessi. Ionessi, what's in there?
Ionessi, at this point, you were doing your... whatever you were doing.
Yeah.
Token.
I'm gonna open and like, back, foul demon! Back with you! From where is it that he says?
Back from whence you came.
Whence you came, thank you. Back from whence you came. So the navigator chooses a psych or demon in line of sight within a number of meters equal to 3 times his perception bonus. He then makes an opposed willpower test against the target. If successful, they suffer D10 energy damage, ignoring armor and toughness, and they may not use psychic techniques at the fettered level till the end of the next round, plus 1 round per degree, which I win if I win, and if I hate them, I get plus 10 to this roll.
Okay.
So, opposed willpower. So, I get my helmet, my skull, and the hatred. Oh my god, they rolled an 8. Really? Rip.
Despite being severely weakened, the demon seems to easily thwart your attempt against him. Roll for initiative.
You
Very
go,
nice.
girl.
That was good.
Anybody else who thinks they might become involved in this, roll for initiative.
So I'll reply to if I can do that before initiative starts.
You can.
Yeah, I'll say, a demon. I guess
So-
they'll hear me shout, because I actually shouted in real life that,
Yeah.
so they can hear me, so I don't have to say.
They definitely, everybody in the hallway heard you say, "Back, foul demon." It is agility bonus unless you have talent that changes it to something else, like intelligence.
Make that a 14. My agility bonus is 6, not 4.
Okay. Don't you have unnatural agility?
Only unnatural strength and unnatural perception.
Ah. Okay, so Claudette, you would be at the top of that order, and then it would be Ionessi, Haida, and then Marius.
Why am I not top?
He's got a 13, and he's got a 14, 15?
Oh,
Or a
okay.
14. 14.
Oh, okay, my bad, I thought you had a 12.
So I will set up. a
I'm
trigger
paranoid, so I
to-
get another 2 to that, so I've got 15. I forgot that. I'm so bad at this.
Okay. I will allow it. Remember your bonuses ahead of time.
Yeah, that's really my bad.
Ionessi, what are you doing?
I'm gonna do the same thing I just did. again. These rolls! I rolled a 97, is that a critical fail?
No, but it was damn close.
And it's only a half action, right? Like other warp.
Wait, 97 is still 1.1 degrees of success?
Yeah, I'm getting plus 40.
So, it is a half action if it says it's a half action. Some psychic powers are full actions and sustained actions, and etc.
It doesn't say what length the action is. I think it says on navigator page in the book, it says unless specified it's a half action. I'll just go look. I seem to remember it saying that.
Okay.
Navigator.
Regardless, the demon evilly overpowers you again.
Well, I'm gonna do it again.
Is your warp eye open?
Does it have to be for this part? Yeah, I guess so. Why wouldn't it be?
I think
Yeah.
so, because you're channeling your navigator powers.
We all die. Oh god.
Well, no, because some of my warp eyes, like are sense, evil, and some are like sense evil is basically what it is. So that can't open it, really. Yeah, so navigators are half actions unless they say otherwise.
What do you want to do with your other half action?
The same, yeah, I'll just try the same thing again.
You can't do it twice.
Can't do
You
it
only
twice?
do one attack per round.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I thought they were half actions so I could do it twice. Can I use a different attack? No?
Do you have 2-weapon wielder?
Nope.
Didn't know.
So I can't fire my pistol or use another power.
No, one attack per turn, unless you have some ability that enables you to attack more than once.
Okay, well, could I aim with my navigator power? I guess not. I guess I just pass the rest of my turn. I don't need to use the rest. I'll maybe walk
That's
towards a demon with my...
You could make an invocation.
Don't have that. I asked for Psychers, and the way navigator powers work, they don't really use that. Because I saw it under Astropath when I was reading about it.
Alright. So you're done.
Yep.
Roll a d5. Take 2 corruption. Claudette, it is your turn.
So this time, Claudette does not wait for Marius' orders because she realizes she has to take actions in her own hand. And she hunches over, like reptile style, like dinosaur running, and just runs over to the door. How far away am I?
Not very far at all.
Okay, so I could make it into the room, and I assume the personal quarters of the Primaris Astropath wouldn't be.
Yeah, you
that
can make
big?
it into the room. Are
Okay,
you
so-
wanting to get into melee range of the thing in question?
Okay, Octavius told us that we should seal the room, so that is the information I will go off now. What I want to do is enter the room, locate Ionessi, and eventual dangers, and then act accordingly to that. But the initial plan is to get Ionessi out of there and close off the room.
Okay. You enter the room. Make a willpower check.
Against fear, right?
Yes.
So I'm getting paid for this, so that's a different story altogether.
You also get the benefit from my Iron Discipline,
What would that be?
plus 10 to your resistance.
Okay, so our profit factor is 51.
Yes.
My
No, it went
willpower
down
is
to
30.
50 for my NSA.
Oh yeah, sorry, 50.
Okay, so 50 plus 10, so 60, right?
Yes.
He is not a minion.
Who?
Claudette is not a minion.
For my Iron Discipline.
Yes.
It
Iron
does-
Discipline. Minions can re-roll fear and pinning tests.
It does say PCs can benefit from Iron Discipline if the character with this talent is the official group leader.
There you go then.
And because I'm the rogue trader, presumably that means I
I'm
am.
gonna fade that. Well, there you go.
Okay. And you factored in the +10 from Iron Discipline, right?
I did.
Okay, good. Roll a d10. Take 8 insanity, roll a d100. What is your current level of insanity?
I got 10 points.
You have 10 points, so you hit a threshold of insanity.
I just got it, so yeah.
Okay. Well, let's we'll use the d100 for the insanity first.
Okay.
What is your willpower?
35.
52. Do you want to re-roll that?
Is there any reason other than like
If you
know-
pass a willpower check here, you do not get a mental trauma.
Oh, so this was a willpower check again?
Yes,
So re-rolling that would be spending a fate point again.
that is correct.
I don't know how severe this is, so I'm just gonna roll with it. So I won't re-roll.
So you will not re-roll. Okay. You're going to get a mental trauma. Roll d100. The character becomes withdrawn and quiet.
Yay!
Roll 3d10. Okay, for 15 hours you're going to be withdrawn. You're going to suffer -10 to all fellowship tests.
Okay.
Now,
Are you gonna tell
roll-
me when those 15 hours are over, or should I remind you?
You just keep track of it. I'm trusting you all to keep track of your own mental traumas and stuff.
Okay.
Now you need to roll another d100 for your fear check. You've already made the check. We're seeing how afraid you are.
Well,
Since we met the dog, it has probably been about 4 hours. Uh, 70, thank you.
Yep.
The character is frozen by terror. The character may make no actions until he snaps out of it. After snapping out of it, the character will make a test with a -10 penalty for the rest of the encounter. The character gains 1d5 insanity points. Roll another d5, please. Yes, you are in the doorway.
Great.
this is like the worst thing that could have happened.
The sight of the demon and its condition enthralls you, freezing you in terror. You've seen many disturbing things, especially in your time in slavery, but this takes the cake. When it comes back to your turn, you can make a willpower check to snap out of it. Okay, who's next? I think it's Haida.
Yes.
Since this is probably I think this might be my first fight on the ship or under the captain. So I haven't fought with the captain before, so I'm really not sure what to do. I want to do the thing Philip did on the planet, where I hold my action until my captain orders me to do something.
Okay. It's your turn, Marius.
Can I command Philip, or can I command Claudette to snap out of it? I don't know whether that would be covered under command.
No, what you can do is you can make a command check and give everybody a +10 on their next action.
Okay. I open up my Vox to everyone nearby. To give a bit of a rousing speech, I think. Listen up, men. We have a terror of the warp on board. We need to come together, get your shit together. We've seen worse than this, and we're likely to see this kind of thing again. The Emperor protects, as long as your aim is true and your heart is strong. Get your shit together and get this thing off my ship.
I forgot. Intimidate. Intimidate, you can make an intimidate check. I think it's opposed against the fear. Let me look into this, but I'm pretty sure intimidate allows you to like sort of do a command snap out of it, make them more afraid of you than what they're afraid of.
Cool. Well, that's my command speech. It's a half action for speaking like that, isn't it?
No, that's fine. So you made your little speech. Go ahead and make your command check. Take a +10.
Nice.
Very good. Yeah, so everybody around you is going to get a +10 until your next action. That is to say, your next turn.
With that, I'm also going to pass my Air of Authority onto INSE, which is an additional +10 on our next action.
Okay, so INSE on your next chosen act. On your next action, you get a +20.
I then want to. I voxed Cornelius. Cornelius, we need to close this door. There's a demon in the astropath's quarters. I'm going to order the INSE out of the room if she cannot cannot deal with this. I need you to seal the door behind her.
I'll see what I can do.
And I said that in an open channel with the rest of my kind of team or the officers, so INSE would have overheard that.
Yes, Claudette, I need you to roll 1d5, by the way, for corruption.
And did I not roll that with the 3? Or was that insanity? Oh yeah, that was insanity.
Those are both insanities.
Lovely.
Yep.
And then it's not really an action, but I kind of take a step so I'm up against the wall rather than standing in the middle of the corridor.
That's fine. So you've told Cornelius to do something, you've commanded, and you've kind of slid over against the wall.
Yes.
We'll call that your turn.
Yes.
Hyada, you're holding still, correct?
Yeah, since the captain doesn't command me to. I guess since I'm waiting for everyone to get out of the room, so I want to follow the captain, like get close to the wall, but I'm gonna do that closer to the room. So once someone is out, I can just punch. Okay, are there automatic door closers like in Star Wars or something?
They have door panels. Yes, and this one they would because they would want to lock the astropath in.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get close to the door panel so I can shut it down before once everyone is out of the room.
Okay. The blood that is spilling into the hallway and that surrounds both you, Claudette, and you, INSE, stills. Unnaturally so. It no longer ripples and flows. Instead, it seems to solidify in a sick sort of way. And then small forms begin to appear within it, screaming rictuses of terror and pain begin to form. And then these small faces seem to push out of the blood and form masses, tentacled masses. Each of these masses is about the size of a dog. There is 2 in the room with you, and then another 2 are spawning in the hallway. They are not yet fully formed. Or I should say they are fully formed, but they will actually not go until next turn. Ionesi, you're being attacked with psychic power.
Yep. So I'd get the area of authority on this roll then.
Yes, you do get the plus 20 on this roll.
Okay. So 10 from the Ashen Skull, 20 from the helmet, 10 from... No, I don't get the hatred. 10 from Marius' command and 10 from area authority. So plus 50. Also I can re-roll it if I fail. Oh no, I get plus 10 from resistance psychic. So I get 10 degrees of success because resistant to psychic powers.
Ross, I
So
don't
bad.
think it matters.
No, I won't re-roll that. Well, no, I only re-roll it if I fail, so I don't know if I fail or not.
Do not. You easily counter the psychic power after a brief battle of wills.
Oh, I wasted my mad stats on that roll.
It's the top of the round.
Okay. Gonna look around the room and see like the tentacles rising and Claudette standing there frozen and be like, and feel that I've got to hurry. So I'm gonna turn back and try again with the ult.
Alright.
So, if I understand, you said that Alex's command lasts until your next turn, so I still get a plus 10 on this, or is it just one time
Yes.
It's just one time only.
Oh,
only?
I thought it would last until my next turn.
So 10 from
It does if they don't use it for some reason.
Okay.
Let's see. 10 from Ashen Skull, 20 from the Helm, and 10 from Hatred. I'm going to do that special Warp Unbound. My Navigator special. Again.
Okay, go ahead and your power hits and succeeds.
Okay. So he takes 7 energy damage, ignoring armor and toughness, and he cannot use psychic techniques at the fettered level until 10 more rounds, or 9 more rounds. Oh no, it depends how many degrees by which I won it. So I don't know how many I won it. I'll just copy paste the exact thing. So if I won it by 5 degrees of success, then it'd be 6 rounds.
Okay. You have unnatural willpower?
Me, no.
Okay.
I don't think it's possible to get a natural willpower in this system. I'll try and look for it.
Your power seems to tip the balance of its fight and its attempt to stay here in the material plane. It was already grievously wounded, and its host body heavily maligned. It starts to slip far more rapidly than it was before, as you see it sort of curl in on itself. The blood distortions lose their solidity and slide back into the blood as it begins acting more like a liquid and less like something under its malign control.
If the warp closes, then I'm going to start walking towards the astrobathic choir. Oh, I guess Claudette's in the way. So I'll walk up to Claudette.
It does slide back into the warp, and you see a small slit that is an opening into the warp. Screaming terrors pull and tug and try to make their way through this rift into the warp, and then it pops shut. Roll a d5 for you and Claudette. Take that amount of corruption.
Next threshold is 10 for corruption as well, right?
Every 10.
Okay, good. I'm at 9.
What do you guys want to do?
Excuse me, Claudette.
Do I still need to roll to snap out of it, or does it automatically?
No, you snap out of it.
Okay, so I guess that happens even before Ionesi starts walking towards me. So I just I was like frozen in my hunched down, running through the doorpost, and then I just got like held by invisible shackles almost, and yeah, I just my limbs like start to hang. My head hangs. Just stand up, look at her, step aside, don't say a word, let her exit the room, and then I follow.
Okay. INS, are you leaving the room?
Yeah, I'm gonna head towards the choir. I guess when I see the captain, though, I want to stop.
All right.
And I want to use gaze into the abyss when I spy the captain.
And that is...
It's a navigator power. I don't know if we're still in initiative. Are we...
No, we're out of initiative.
Okay. With a successful perception test, the navigator can determine if a creature or object holds the taint of the warp. This will tell the navigator if the person or object is a psi rating or is tainted. Psychers who have made dark pacts with warp and demons are more resistant to this power. However, these creatures may make a willpower test opposed by the navigator's perception, which, if successful, hide their true natures. This power can also be used to track them. But I'm basically checking to see if Alex is human or not, or Marius is human or not, or if he's been corrupted by the doggies.
Go ahead and make that check. I'm going to switch over to Cornelius.
Okay.
Cornelius, you were trying to access you wanted to talk to the ship?
Yeah, that's correct. So I suppose I find the closest data port and look into it.
All right.
Invictus.
There's a scream from the ship, like a pulled out, agonizing scream that seems to be ongoing. To give you an idea, this is not happening after they've finished their combat, so you can imagine that you did this because you said you wanted to do this as soon as they all left, right?
Yeah, so I kind of let them back with a idea to contact the ship alone.
Right. So basically it's screaming in pain and terror.
Invictus, how can I help you?
Cannot resist. The pain is infiltrating us. Must remove.
Could I take some form of a check to try and kind of work out where the invasion, as they call it, has come from?
You can try to figure out where that pain is coming from. Yes, go ahead and make a tech use test.
Would I get my combi tool bonus with this?
Sure.
I'll let that stand.
No, you're not sure what is wrong. All the systems seem fine, in fact.
Right, as part of my knowledge, I would know that ship's cogitator banks is probably the kind of point of weakness.
Do you want to know about the cogitator bank?
Well, yeah, I think my reckoning of the ship would be that that would possibly be where it's being attacked from, I guess.
Okay. So you want to investigate the cogitator banks?
Well, where would they be located? Would that be on the bridge?
No, they would be deep in the bowels of the ship.
Okay. Alright, no. Invictus, I will help you. Need to
Do you
make
want to
sure.
try and calm her down?
Yeah, so this is me trying to placate her and let her know that we're there to help now. We're obviously away for a while. Invictus, we've been gone too long. Do not fear though, the captain and I are back. We will find the source of this pain and remove it post-haste.
You must be quick! Quick! Make a charm check.
Oh no.
Put you at a negative 10.
Yeah, I don't think I can actually succeed it without a critical success.
I did that before. You can do it.
Well, there you go.
There you
Oh
go.
wow.
That'll do it.
Told you. Believe.
Oh.
You
You
channeled
feel-
your inner Bob Ross.
You feel that she's fighting against a pain, not an infection, so to speak. You don't think that her systems are under attack, more that something is twisting. Something is twisting her spirit, and she's fighting it, but she's worried about the crew and what that will mean if the crew were to succumb. She's
Well-
more in like a long-term agony, if you can understand that.
Yeah. I would suppose, I think my understanding would be that we know the astropathic choir is probably the point of focus, so I'd run to catch up with the rest of the crew now.
All right, you get a call from Marius asking you to close a door. He doesn't really specify what door, but in the same conversation, he's talking about the Astropath Primaris' quarters.
And what did I say then? I'll do what can be done. Yeah, so I suppose before I remove my jack, that'd be the last check I would take to try and remotely close it and help the ship out if I can.
Do you want to have that conversation with Marius?
No, it'd just be something I do straight away.
Okay, so you access the ship and you want to close a door.
Yeah.
What door are you going to close? Are you just assuming, hey, or are you looking for something? What do you want to do?
No, so with what the ship's just told me there, and Maris's communication, even though he only briefly mentioned the Primaris's chambers, that'd be the one that I'd go to. I suppose that if I look, I can see that that's the only one within that area that's open.
Besides some like blast doors, yes.
Okay. Well, I'd leave the blast door that would get me to the crew open, so it's like a single channel. Close all the other blast doors and then close the Primaris door as well.
Alright, so you're shutting down the area?
Yeah, but making it so that I can still get there.
Okay. Go ahead and make a tech use test. Yes, you get your competent.
Okay.
You close the blast doors, and it seems like the door to the Primaris chamber is in working condition, but it's not responding to your signals to close it. You could do an override, but you check a PECT camera in the area to see if there's maybe some kind of blockage, and you see Claudette in the doorway. Do you want to enable the override or not?
So was this before or after the dogs had started forming?
This is probably around the same time you see these little demon dogs forming out of the blood.
Yeah, at that point I would comms Marius. Marius, are you sure you want me to close the door? The crew stands in the way, and our navigator is within.
Wait until they've left the room.
Do you seek to subject the ship to more pain? I should really close this now.
I do not, but this is before INS's actually done her bit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cool. I trust the navigator in her actions. Hold the closure until they've been ordered to leave. They will at the next opportunity. INS is going to give it one more shot to get rid of this thing.
As you wish. I suppose I would kind of prep the override code so I can just close it as soon as I see those two leave.
Okay. You can't see into the room per se, but you do see the dogs deteriorate back into the puddles of blood. And then INS and Claudette walk out of the room.
Yep, so I'd try and get it closed literally as soon as she gets clear of the blast door, or the door I should say.
Alright. The door seems resistant, but it does slam shut when you enable the override after a brief hesitation. You can see blood coating the door and chunks of meat sort of falling off of it.
How very peculiar. Marius, I would recommend that matter is burnt immediately.
Indeed, once we've dealt with the astropaths, cleansing teams will move in and deal with it. We have enough Promethium and flamers to deal with this.
I will be with you momentarily. The ship is in extreme distress.
You see to the ship. We will deal with the astropaths. Vox, if you need any assistance.
I suppose my last kind of check would be to, well, in fact, no. I wouldn't know that they're having issues getting into the astropathic choir, would I?
You probably saw on that same camera that they're wielding like a las cutter to cut through the door, but they're also placing explosives on the door, it looks like.
Okay. Could I try and work out if that door's closed for the same reason that the Primaris was open?
It seems that the panels have shorted out around this particular door. And some unseen force is keeping it closed.
Invictus, can we get into the choir? I believe that's the source of your pain, but I need your help.
What must I do? Make it stop!
We need that door open. I will help you as best I can.
They're cutting it. It will soon be open.
I wish them not to damage you needlessly. if we can open that. Otherwise, we'll be able to take out the threat sooner.
There's a power conduit in the door frame. Shut power from the engines there. That will open it.
Immediately. And at that point, I just kind of disconnect and post haste, make my way towards the captain.
Okay, so what are you telling to the captain?
No, that would be as soon as I've kind of got the information from the ship on how I can get that door open. I'd just be disconnected and running towards the captain at that point.
All right.
And while I'm running, comms, Marius, we can get the door open without resorting to explosive means.
I pass the knowledge on to Octavius. Octavius, Cornelius has found a way to open the door. There is no need for the charges.
I don't readily see him here, Captain.
You shall be with us shortly.
The longer we delay, the more of those images they seep into my men's minds. I've already lost many good men, and my lieutenant is in that room. And he points to the Path Primaris quarter. Let me blow it, Captain. They deserve to die.
Cornelius, I walks back to Cornelius. Cornelius, how long are you going to be?
I would know roughly how far away I am, wouldn't I?
Yeah, you're going to be there in a couple of minutes.
I will be there within a few minutes max.
We cannot delay any further. Get here as quickly as you can. Pick up a flamethrower on your way. If you go past an armory, we may need it. And I shut off Fox to Cornelius and go back to Octavius. Okay, ready your men in position.
Make a willpower check, Marius.
Okay.
You're the only one who failed the willpower check earlier, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. This time make it a -10.
Nope.
Do you want to reroll it?
Yes. No, I'm not. I'm going to stick with it.
Okay. All right, Cornelius. Marius, that same image assaults your mind again, but more real, as if it's pulling you into an alternate reality. Go ahead and roll a d5. Add +2.
Oh dear.
You take that much insanity as you stand before this towering presence. It seems to dominate your mind. When I say towering, I want to be clear here. This is not something that's like a little bigger than you, or maybe like a building bigger than you. It's like it takes up your mental landscape. It is titanic, almost inconceivably large. Okay.
Out of curiosity, does my jaded cover this? Or no?
No, I'm afraid not.
It's worth a shot. I hit 10 insanity points. I'm up to 12 now.
We'll worry about that in just a second.
Okay.
You're going to be attacked by a psychic power.
Okay.
Resist if you want.
I will.
Roll your willpower check. I think you did resist last time on a toughness test, so take a plus 10 on this one.
Success.
Excellent. Man, one away from critical.
Almost.
You could tell that this eye hasn't quite found you yet. It's searching, it's getting closer, and the astropaths are leading it to you. You become concerned about what it would mean if it does actually land its gaze upon you. Right now you are before it. You're in the but you're not quite in the crosshairs.
Okay.
As it leaves your mind, the brand burns deeper.
I am this time, as a result, I kind of visibly wince a little. If anybody's paying particularly close attention to my face, then they would see that.
I probably would, since I'm like first fight, waiting for orders.
Yeah.
I'm
Claudette
extremely
is still-
focused on you.
Yeah, Claudette is still plagued by the images she just witnessed in her mind, so she's not paying attention.
And I
So
am actually currently being perceptive of me to see whether I'm corrupted or not, so she's probably going to see that as well.
Yeah.
Yes,
winced?
in fact, INS, you were sort of peering into his soul for corruption. How much corruption do you have, Marius?
Corruption, I have 0.
Okay. He seems pure in the eyes of the Emperor, but there is a malign presence that seems to be drawing greater power over him. You see a brand of dark power, a power that you are familiar with, INSC, the Navigator's Eye from the Warp.
So could I like try and cleanse the power, or like
If
push
you
away
want
from
to.
him?
Do you have any capability to do that?
No, I don't think so.
You could try to break its influence. That would be something that would be up to you. Its influence seems to be deep, but not so deep that you don't think you could maybe misdirect it.
INSA, like, her face, her usually pale face is spattered with blood, her eyes are like haggard and bloodshot, and she's got like dark circles around her. She just looks at Marius, and she doesn't do anything.
Very good.
Do I need to roll for this insanity?
Yes, give me a. It's a willpower check to see if you get a emo time.
It would appear I do.
Swear to God, if you become withdrawn.
Yeah, being withdrawn really fucks my day up. As a captain that relies on commanding others.
You walk away and you're like, yeah, whatever, just do.
Captain, please, what are your orders?
Okay, roll a d100.
$55.
So that's 65 because you had negative 1.7. Okay, the character must compulsively perform an action, such as fevered praying, frantically cleaning a weapon, reciting a verse, and so on, and pays little attention to anything else. All tests that are based on intelligence, fellowship, or perception suffer a negative 10 penalty. Roll 3d10, please.
4.
For 18 hours. What do you think that you do compulsively?
I would be reciting something.
Are you true to the Emperor?
I like to think I am.
Okay, I mean, well, when faced with malign influences,
Yeah,
do you think
I'd be
your
believing
default
in the
go-to would be
Yeah.
to pray to the Emperor?
Yes, it would be.
Then you drop to your knees and you begin praying to the Emperor on the spot. Octavius sees this immediately. He turns to his men and he says, "Blow it." The men step away. The man with the las cutter stops what he is doing, sets it down, and they all move away from the door some distance. A line is attached to one man and a spool of wire. They head back down the hallway to the corner.
Do I see the captain moving away, or is he still in prayer?
He's still in prayer.
I'm going to drag him away.
You're going to drag him away, no problem. Where are you dragging him to?
Following the people with the line,
Okay.
since I guess they are going for cover.
I'm still standing by the door that Cornelius closed. So I don't know how far away that is from the choir's room, but yeah, I'm still standing
It's a
there.
short
spacing out.
hallway, so you're not that far.
Yeah, I'm just standing there.
You're standing there. You're not like that withdrawn, so you're sort of aware of what's going on.
Oh, okay. So I'm just, as a person, but not completely, I guess. Okay, so I would, if I'm not that withdrawn, I would take Marius myself, and
You help Haeda
Yeah.
pull him back. Cornelius, you arrive. Everybody pulls into the T intersection, taking cover around the corner. You see a man connect a detonator to a long, thin wire and hand it to Octavius.
So they're at the T junction that I'm coming round.
Well, I mean, they're coming out of it. You're almost there, and you see what's happening.
No, what are you doing?
Saving the ship. His
You're
finger
hurting her more.
His finger angles down towards the plunger.
What
You can try to.
what kind of material is the plunger made out of?
It's just a standard button on a stick.
Are you about to go Magneto on their ass?
Perhaps.
the music is indicating that.
Yeah, so I want to use my ferric lure to pull the detonator from his hand.
Okay. What's the strength of that?
It just says, well, just that.
An unsecured metal object.
Well, yeah, I don't know if you'd let me use that or not.
I think it's dramatically appropriate. So we're going to have an opposed test. Or
Yeah.
he's going to make a strength test to see if he can hang on to it, more or less.
Okay.
I'm sure Octavius is not that strong. Should be a piece of cake.
Yeah.
You rip it out of his hand.
Invictus has been through enough.
Invictus! It is a ship! The captain is in danger! All of my men are in danger! I have lost 30 men to this catastrophe! They must die, and they must die now, before more are lost!
Would you rather lose thousands?
I would rather this whole ship go down than our souls be bared before the warp.
Yeah, I chime in and I say, Cornelius, the captain is hurting. And I point at him, praying.
Just as well, just to add to the dramatic effect, I'm Maglev Grayson as well at this point.
Yes, you were Maglev Gracing. So Cornelius, you guys hear Cornelius shout, "No!" And you turn around and he's floating down the hallway. Like a Harrier jet. And then they have their argument, and the plunger snaps out of Octavius' hands and over to Cornelius. They're arguing. Octavius orders his men, shoot the explosives.
Yeah, I've got no way to stop that. Yeah,
What are you
Because at
doing?
this point, I'm just kind of... I'm flying towards them still, but...
You're
there's
right
nothing
there. What do you want to do?
How wide is the intersection?
3 men abreast.
Would it be enough to put myself in the way and activate my conversion field?
You can put yourself in the way, yes. If they hit you, your conversion field will go off.
Yeah, so kind of a bodyguard moment.
So you throw yourself in front of the doorway in their line of sight, essentially, and start backing up towards it?
Yeah, so I'm putting myself in the way while still trying to make my way to the doorway.
The men seem uneasy about this. They don't want to shoot a crewmate.
You are not the captain.
And neither are you. I am in charge of martial affairs aboard this boat.
Cornelius, we must enter the room.
The
Yes,
song
I
though,
just propose a better way. The ship is at its breaking point.
What way?
Okay, Cornelius, you convinced me. The ship is important to me, so I'm gonna like pat the captain on the back since he's still flying. And I'm gonna stand next to you and say, Cornelius is right. We can't hurt the ship anymore.
this song perfectly describes your relationship with Octavius.
Where did that even come from?
How will you get the door open, Cornelius?
Cornelius, are you intimidating, charming, or commanding Octavius to stand down?
This would be an intimidation, I suppose. I'll try and make myself as big as I can, spread my dendrites a bit, give him the full kind of force of the AdMech.
I'll give you the chance to say one more thing, and then you're going to make a roll.
The crew is with me. We are the captain's confidants. If you go against us, you will be disobeying your captain. Family
Make
or
your
not.
intimidate check. Get a +10. If Hyeda, you said you were supporting.
Yeah, I'm standing next to him.
Do you have intimidate?
Do a backflip.
I don't think so. I mean,
Intimidate's a basic
I have intimidate.
You
I
do
a
have
skill.
intimidate. Okay. Get a +10 from Hyeda. Get a +10 from your RP. You cow Octavius. He seems uncertain about his course of action now. He motions for his men to put their rifles down. They didn't seem like they were going to shoot you in the first place, so
Now ready yourself for the true threat.
the true threat.
I suppose at that point I'd just continue towards the control panel that Invictus informed me about.
Octavius and his men move back down the hallway. They all prime grenades. What do the rest of you want to do?
I stay with Marius,
So-
but I also like peek around the corner and try. So if something comes up, I will jump in.
So, Cornelius, have you made it clear that you're going to open the door by this control panel?
I suppose not to you, but to the captain I did.
Cornelius, we must get through the door.
Yes, that's what I intend. Just a less invasive means. The ship is in pain. We do this.
How long will it take?
I suppose I'd know this off the top of my head, wouldn't I, as a AdMech. Shouldn't take too long. to
Shouldn't take you
reroute.
very long at all.
No. It's been momentary, but if we were to take the course of action, Octavius would follow. The ship would be distraught.
As soon as you say momentary, I stop listening to the rest of it. I just start walking up towards where the door is. I'm going to go stand in front of it with my staff held at the ready.
Could I, by the way, could I try to help Marius to snap out of whatever he's doing?
No.
Okay.
Nah, I'm fucked.
That's a mental trauma. That's not a fear thing. Okay, Cornelius, you're at the door. What do you want to do? You want to do your little thing?
Yes, I'd start following the instructions Invictus gave me and reroute the power.
That's easily within your capabilities. You feel the magnetic clamps sort of burst with unbridled power and wrench the door open. Were you standing to the side or directly in front of it? What were you doing?
Well, I would be to the side of the control panel.
Okay.
I was directly in front of it.
You were directly in front of it. Are you blocking it? Octavius and his men are standing around you.
Yeah, I'm blocking it. I'm waiting like for as soon as the door is gonna open. I don't know if you can prepare, but I'm like want to prepare to step in and just open my eye.
You're
That's
going
like
to
my
step in
intention.
and open your eye.
Yeah, that's my intention. Like as soon as the door opens, walk in, blast everyone. That was the intention.
Please say you're warning us about that.
No, I'm not warning. I'm quiet and withdrawn.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the captain while this is happening and like see if I can get him a little close. Probably if I can get him away from that a little bit, like I don't know, around the corner so he doesn't get into the crossfire.
Okay. The door opens and you step in. I see Claudette. You pull Marius around the corner further, or Haida. You pull Marius around the corner further.
I suppose just before I do send the final power to the couplings, I'd give a wistful look over to INSC. Are you ready?
She nods slightly and taps her staff on the ground. You can see her eyelid fluttering, like her third eyelid.
Yeah, and without any more delay, I'd break the final coupling, I guess. Open it up.
Okay.
Step
You step
into the
in.
room.
What are you doing?
Lidless stare on the entire room.
Okay.
Like without even like looking anything, just open up. I'm expecting like 5 crazy astropaths, so I just open up and unleash my. Which does this, by the way? It's a plus 12 power roll.
Okay, you do that. You open your eye and you enable the lidless stare. However, before you are 5 astropaths stuck to their astropathic choir chamber chair that amplifies their power, enabling them to cast it through the warp. They have no eyes. They see not, and no effect takes hold.
But doesn't the eye use psychic energy long? Okay, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, I looked at it because I wasn't sure, but it literally says anyone looking into his warp eye. First of all, they're raving in madness. They're not looking.
Yeah,
at
no,
you
it makes
at all.
sense. You're right. Yeah, okay, I get you. I agree. Okay. I kind of awkwardly close my eye then.
You're roughly pulled back. Do you resist?
No, I'm kind of a bit dumbfounded.
Do you keep your eye open?
No, I'd close it.
All right. You're roughly pulled back as some of the crew pull you out of the room. The Octavius and his men toss grenades in and step to the side of the door. Cornelius, you have a moment to react. What do you want to do?
I would join them in the grenades. I'd throw in my frag grenade.
Do you have a quick draw?
Yes, I do.
All right. Do you want to do anything besides that? That's a half action to toss it in there.
No, it'd just be kind of a case of frag around the corner, hunker down against the pillar of the doorway, I guess. Ready
All
to
right.
move in
Make a
next turn.
ballistic skills test to throw your grenade in there.
Oh god.
It clanks against the door frame.
All right, let's go to combat and look at the scatter table.
Oh god.
Roll a d10. And roll a d5. Okay, you toss your grenade into the room, not quite where you want. It takes a nasty bounce, but instead of bouncing back towards you, it bounces deeper past the astropathic crutches. You step back to the side along with everybody else. A moment, nothing. Then, a near-shattering boom. You hear, or you feel, less than hear, the whistling of sharp fragments of metal coming past the doorway. Some embed into the walls and the ceiling paneling. At the juncture, some ricochet off, having lost their speed and power in the process. Smoke billows out from the astropathic choir chambers. Octavius and his men rush in after the noise dies down. I'm assuming you threw a frag grenade in there, Cornelius. Did you?
Yes.
Or did you throw something crazier in there?
No, frag grenade.
It's a biohazard gas grenade.
Well, I don't know what all you guys have, so
I've just been ranting and raving about saving the ship, and I throw. Yeah.
it's a little mystifying, but it's your character. Do you follow the crewman in?
Yes, I would swap to my bolt gun and follow the crew.
All right.
I also make my way over there.
Okay, no problem.
I would-
Inside is a tangle of wires, body parts, and just death and destruction in here. The astropathic choir chambers is in ruins. But the astropaths are dead.
I'd make a point of making sure they're dead. So yeah. But when you say are they basically like gibbed? They're just little chunks of meat.
Pretty much, yeah. You guys sent like 6 grenades in here, so there's not much left.
Thank you, Octavius. I think the remains should be burnt post-haste.
He nods. He turns to a man who takes out a flamer and puts together a detail. The rest, Octavius and the rest of them leave.
My next port of call will be to check on the ship, make sure Invictus has been saved, I guess. Make sure she's not in pain.
Okay. Are you just going to do that at the first available opportunity, or are you heading back down to the engineering to do that?
No, first available opportunity. That's my priority.
All right. What do the rest of you want to be doing?
So the situation seems to be resolved for now, right?
As far as you can tell, yes.
Okay, so Claudette walks out of the room, walks past everybody, past Marius, who's still praying, I assume, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I just look at him, and then I switch off my, or take out my communication device. I don't know how it works. Yeah, and make way to my room.
Okay. So you're
See you, Ross.
basically removing yourself from the comm network for now.
Yes.
All right.
Ross, that's how you play with Drawn and Quiet. Take notes.
Yes, Cornelius and INSE don't really do withdrawn and quiet, apparently.
I'm gonna go sit next to. I guess Marius is just like in the hallway, just praying. I'm just gonna slide down on the wall and like sit next to him and just like look off into the distance.
So as the only normal one, I'm heading back to the bridge to get to see what happened, what is happening, and what the situation looks like.
All right. You head back to the bridge. Let's take a 10-minute break.
Okay.
All right. I'll be right back.
Are you going to end the recording, Ross?
Yeah, sorry, I couldn't reach my unmute button. Thanks very much, everyone, for watching part 1 of Veil of Sanity. Join us for part 2 coming up soon. Do do do.